Good morning, fellow Biafrans. Good afternoon, good night, good evening, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. My name is Mazi Iyke. I hail from Newi. Newi is in Newi province of Biafra land. Shabbat Shalom to each and every one of you. Welcome you to another edition of live broadcast from New York City. And before we proceed, let us bow our heads and pray and ask Chukwu Okike Abiama to guide us. Let us pray.
Without whom we cannot function, and unto him we give every honor and every adoration. Wherever you are, I will ask you, if you are in the spirit, to remain so. If you are outside the spirit, we ask you to come into it, because what we are preaching from here is a gospel of redemption as directed by Chukwu Okike Abiama himself in heaven, and this very gospel we must preach it. Therefore we must pray. We give thanks unto thee, O Elohim, for there is none like thee. There can never be any like thee. You are the beginning and the end. You are the Alpha and the Omega. Our lives are in the palm of your hands. We commit all that we are unto thee. We have come as the ancients did before us, as our ancestors did before we came, to offer praise and adoration unto your holy name and no other. For we do not worship any idol. We do not worship anything born of a human being. We do not worship anything carved out of a tree. We do not bow down before anything molded with the hands of men. It's only thee that we worship. That is why we have come this very evening on this hallowed platform that you yourself created, to offer you unadulterated praise and to hand over to thee all that we can ever become, because Biafra is yours. This very family of Ipob, you molded yourself. You decreed that Ipob must come, and now that we have come, that we may worship thee, O Elohim, please accept our offering of praise and sacrifice unto your holy name, because there is no other like thee. We will continue to adore thee. We will continue to worship thee. And as I said before, and I will reiterate, as we pray unto thee, that Biafra is your possession, we will sacrifice Biafra unto thee, that you may guide us in all that we do. It's only you that sees the hearts of men. If there is anything that we are hiding, if there is anything that we have concealed from our people, oh Elohim, you will judge us very harshly. But if our hands are clean, our hearts very pure, you will bless Ipob, and you will bless me, and you will bless my family, because it's a promise from you. All our hope and our trust is upon thee. May your name be glorified. May you be exalted. May you, O Elohim, be praised. Now and forevermore we pray. Iyke, Iyke, Iyke.
So, what will you call those people? I ask you, Mr. Right. Your people are walking free in the street with their sons, killing our fathers and mothers, taking their lives. We are the children of Biafra. We are unstoppable. We are the children of Biafra. We are undeniable. Can't you see the handwriting of God in the wall? Can't you hear the sound of the marching of our foot? We are going home. They took our brothers and sisters, they put them in jail without trial or court case. They are killing our fathers, our mothers every day. They are killing us in number. They want to stop our freedom, but the Elohim say no, that my people must go. Give us our freedom. Give us our freedom. It's right of the people that cheated for their freedom, when you're not in them any good. Give us us our freedom. And you say we are asking for too much. The freedom of our people, the life of innocent souls. The over 3 million people you kill because of genocide you're committing every day in our land. Elohim said we must go home. We love our mother's land, Biafra, oh oh. The land of rising sun, the blessed land of our Biafra. We are going home. Whether the enemy's blessings or not, we are going home. By the name of Chukwu, oh, we are free. Whether the enemy likes it or not, freedom, we are going. Freedom in the name of Chukwu. By the name of Chukwu, we are free. No enemy can stop what Chukwu, Iyke, we are going. We believe in the name of Chukwu, Chukwu Kasiyaniye. No one can battle with Chukwu Ikabiama.
Now that we are here, they pretend, they copy, they emulate, they fabricate falsehood. But they can never be like us. Long after we are gone, they will wish we lived forever. Ipob is very special. Exceptionally special. The largest mass movement in the whole world, bar none. And we did it because Chukwu Kikabiama is with us. We did it because Chukwu Kikabiama created Ipob himself. And we are here to pilot its affairs. We will not prevaricate. We will not stop. We will not slumber until Biafra is fully restored to its former glory. Anybody in doubt as to our resilience and our determination to restore Biafra is not only mistaken, not only misguided, but needs to see a psychiatrist. Because we are not stopping. I am on Nnamdi Kanu and I don't stop until I get what I want.
All right, one more time I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, from wherever you are in the world, wherever you're located. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. This morning I have, this conversation with our southern brothers, which our leader had. And at a very popular request, somebody wants me to, I don't know, for whatever reason, to go back to it. But I'm going to do that right now this morning before we proceed, before we open up our lines and have our conversations. That's exactly what I'm going to do right now. But stay tuned, don't go away. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. But before I do that, let me remind you that ESN is here to stay. There are the people that have volunteered their lives to save us from this calamity that we could have been in, to protect us from these our enemies. Our leader has given them ultimatum. It's 40 days. 40 days to get off our streets. And they're going to do that regardless, because we're not joking out here. So let's listen to our leader with our southern brothers, the conversation they had, the discussion they had, and we'll get back to it later, talk about them. So listen to it very closely.
Greetings to you all, even those who do not agree on what we are doing. And I said greetings to you all, the elders of the riverine area, the stakeholders, and the representatives of the stakeholders. We greet the kings, and of course we're greeting the chiefs. We greet the youth leaders. We greet the local government leaders. We greet everyone who are present here this evening. We greet everyone who are present here this evening. Of course, without without delay, I believe I should quickly introduce the moderators that will be anchoring this very great occasion. The person of Comrade Tamono Toye, and the person of Comrade Dudu Oviemuno. I greet every one of you. I greet every one of you. So I will say we should have a very short break. But by the time we will come back, I believe we'll be coming with our leader on board. All hail Biafra. You're welcome, sir. My leader.
Thank you very much.
The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi.
Thank you.
To the light of Africa. We thank you for joining us despite the stress and we truly appreciate you, sir. Let me quickly hand over the mic to my to the moderators who are going to moderate tonight's live interaction, or should I say interactive question and answer from the stakeholders and the chiefs and the Iykes and some of their representatives who are going to be joining us tonight. Here is the first moderator, the person of and we have Tamono Toye, area of Tamono Toye in the house. My moderator, over to you.
Yes, thank you very, very much, Asawa Ego. We welcome you all. We say good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from wherever you're joining us from. Good evening from here, my leader, Mazi Inamdekanu. We welcome you, sir, to this question and answer or interactive session, as we say, from the people from the coastal region. We have a couple of our stakeholders. We have some of the chiefs, as Asawa has said earlier. Before we go ahead, my name is Iriawo Tamunotoye. I'm from Bukuma. Bukuma Kingdom is in Kalabari, and that is an Izon speaking part of Biafra land. Without further ado, I'll ask you to please share, so it will get to our enemies, and it will get to also our loved ones and anybody who doesn't know about this great project. I'd like to introduce my co-moderator in person of Idudu Oviemuna. Idudu, will you kindly say hello to the house? And I would like to ask our leader to please lead us in an opening prayer. Sir, please. Idudu, please, can you greet the house so we can take the opening prayer and proceed for today? Thank you very much. All hail Biafra.
Yeah. Good evening from here. My leader, I greet your president and I greet you. Yeah, my name is Idudu Oviemuno. I am from Ozoro community. It's a community in Isoko nation. Isoko is in Biafra land. Today is an honor to be in the presence of my leader, Mazi, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. And as we proceed, we encourage every one of you to share and share as we hand over the microphone to our leader to give us an opening prayer as we proceed to a questioning and answering interaction section from the coastal region of Biafra land. Thank you very much. All hail Biafra.
Biafra, thank you very much. I thank all of you here assembled, especially our stakeholders and our leaders in the coastal region of Biafra. I prefer to call the southern region of Biafra. And it is with great pride and humility that I'm sharing this platform with each and every one of you. And I am going to pray a very brief prayer. Our Lord God Almighty in heaven, the creator of the heavens and the earth, who determined that his children that he has chosen should inhabit a corner of a region of Africa from where the sun rises from. You have brought us together because we are one family by blood, not just by customs or tradition, but we are one people that you have decreed must be free in a time like this. We know that the enemies will not stop. We know they will not relent in doing all that they have been doing and will continue to do to divide your children. But we are praying for your mercy. We are praying for your love. We pray that you grant us the spirit of discernment, the spirit of an ability to be able to see what the enemy intends for us. As we gather here today, may all our deliberations yield the desired result that we give praise unto your holy name and propel the coming of Biafra. May we all keep, preserve each and every one of us as we embark on this noble quest, that in the end, every glory, every honor, every adoration will be unto your holy name now and forevermore, we pray. Say.
Thank you very much, my great leader. It is an honor to be in your presence once again, because of course everyone knows, and even the enemies in their grave, they know that you are the sent one, and of course we must continue. And before we do, I will encourage every one of us, our stakeholders, our leader, and our chief, the kings among us, please, immediately when we ask our questions, please let us kindly leave the forum after our questions have been answered, because we have a lot of people backstage who will also be participating in this very occasion. So as we know that time is no more our friend. So I will encourage us, as you're coming in, please mute your mic. So please, we don't want anything distraction. Mute your mic as you're coming in. Thank you very much. Over to you, my moderator, Tamonotoye.
Yes, thank you so much, Asawo, for this opportunity. So we are going to be going with our first, with the first person to address our leader today, and that is Mr. Isaac Oletu. So, Mr. Isaac, over to you. Kindly, you have the floor. You have 3 minutes to ask our leader the question that it's on your mind, and you're going to get your answer. Thank you very much.
Yeah, first of all, let me introduce my name. I hope I'm coming out loud.
Loud and clear, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. I am Mr. Isaac Oletu, a member of Isoko Development Union. I'm from Araya community in Isoko South. The first question here is this. First of all, let me thank Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for the things he has been doing. I've been following the program, and I see the good work you have been doing. But it seems as if Isoko is not being much in the interest of the Biafran people. Why is this? Number one, the Eastern Security Network that was created, and I find out that this, the Eastern Security Network is in every other place, but there is no Eastern Security Network in Isoko land to protect the Isoko people. Or are we not one again? That is one. Secondly, when you came out from prison and I find out that you were touring around some areas, you went to River State as well, but Isoko was not visited. You didn't visit Isoko people, and you didn't even come to Delta State. So my question is why? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your question. I want to make one thing very clear. We are not going to go into any area that is not fertile for us. For ESN to be in Isoko, we need Isoko sons and daughters to be in ESN so we can deploy them to Isoko with the backup that is needed. That is how we operate. Or else our enemies will run to Zoom media and start to write their usual rubbish about Igbo takeover of Isoko. They will not start from where the history started from. That Isoko and Igbo people, that all of us, we are one anyway, but that is a lecture for another day. But for the purposes of this very gathering, we are working on it. And very soon you will have ESN in Isoko. We are doing a lot of work, even across Igodomigodo as well. We are doing a lot of work. And why didn't I come to Delta? I was on my way to Ogoni land when I was attacked at Robaka. I think that was around the 10th or 11th of September of 2017. On my way to Ogoni land, maybe they got hint of the fact that I was traveling to Ogoni land. They didn't want me to go there. They attacked me. They nearly killed me at Robaka. In fact, after this program, I'll ask for that very video to be released so that the world can see it. That was what truncated our plans. I would have come to Delta. One thing that people don't know is that all throughout that period, I was based in Asaba. I wasn't in my house. I was living in Asaba. That's where my base was. Most people will know that before I enter, as I'm driving towards Head Bridge, they will see me. As I'm coming back, they will see me. Our people. Gone, as I was living in Asaba myself. So I was in Delta State myself during that very period. But events prevented me from touring as extensively as I wanted to because of the attack at my house, as you well know, a couple of days after that on the 14th of September. So if I had time, I would have come to Delta, to Isoko. A lot of arrangements were made for me to visit. All the clans, all the nationalities of Biafra land, but events overtook us because the zoo came to kill our people, as you well know. But as soon as conditions are okay, of course I will do it. But you are going, if this night, because I know it is night where some of you are, even if tonight you're saying that you have even up to 50 people, Isoko sons and daughters, make them available. My secretary is here. Contact her, give her a name of a person who can, I'm not asking for much, only 50. Then you see ESN there overnight. Thank you very much.
Imiete, my leader. Over to Idudu Oviemuna.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'll make it very brief. I would like to use this opportunity to move to the next person, the person of Mr. Lily Barry. Lily Barry, I would like you to throw your question to our leader, Mazi Kano, so that he will answer your question as we proceed. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much. Greetings to everyone and greetings to our great leader, Mazi Namdekan. It's a privilege to be here and for the first time to have meeting with you directly on this Zoom. The last time I saw you was when I came to your house before the attack in 2017. Tonight I want to ask few questions that has been a burden in the heart of our people. My name is Goswi Lele Barikwaloba. I am from village called Luawe in Kanan, local government area of Ogoni in Biafra land. My question is, number one thing that bothers the Ogoni people is they talk about domination. And they said that if Biafra comes, will it not be that the Igbos will be in charge of everything and the Ogoni people will be put down or possibly be made to be slaves in their land? Some of them cite reference to before the war, they said, I wasn't there myself, they said that Igbos were in charge of everything in Bori, in Ka, to the point that the Ogonis have to pay taxes to them. Women coming from farms have to pay tax, and the markets were decided which day to open and which day to close by the Igbos. That these are the things that they faced at the time, even before the Civil War. So these fears still remain the heart of some of our people, and they are afraid that if Biafra comes this time, are we not going to face such scenario again? Number two of my question is the issue of Oyibo and Obibo. Oyibo and Obibo, our people believe that Oyibo belong to Ogoni people. That is the belief. And each time this thing is dragged, it is as if we said it that the Igbos have come to take over and all that. So the Oyibo issue is one of the reasons why our people, the Ogoni people, some of them still believe that they are not part of Biafra or don't want to come out fully to support the struggle. Number three, the Ogoni struggle. The Ogoni 9 that died in 1995, they were hanged for trying to ask for their right. And this also is one key factor in Ogoni land. They felt that they have something they are also trying to get. And for this reason, whether or not they are doing it, they feel they needed a separate state. And this is one of the reasons. And they have also, accused our leader that each time he talks about Kensaro Winwa or the Ogoni 9, that he berates them and, put them in a position as if they deserved to have died. And these are some of the issues raised by some of our elders. Then number 4, I would like our leader to, by this meeting also, throw light on how is it going to be finally when Biafra comes. What is the fate of the Ogoni people? Because some are afraid that it will be another Nigeria scenario. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Lily Barry Godswill. Yes, can we have our leader answer that if it's clear? Thank you very much.
Thank you, I'm here. I will mix I think by the 2 answers I'll provide, it would have taken care of the 4 questions that you asked, Goswill. I know I respect your diligence. I like the work that you're doing. and the work that I believe that the Ogoni nation will do in Biafra in years to come. The thing is this. Let me start with Obi-Igbo. What was the name before it was changed to Oyibo? The name was Obi-Igbo. That's the name. But it's a small, tiny piece of land. Why would anybody say that a small, tiny piece of land is the reason why they don't want to seek their freedom? I find it astonishing. A small, tiny piece of land. That doesn't mean anything. That is more important than all the pollution happening around us. I have said this before, allow me to repeat. I want everybody, I want every nationality within Biafra to be on their own. And when people talk about Ogoni, this is one thing that I don't quite understand. I don't know how white people did this thing to us. A white man came into our land, divided us so much that we do not know who we are anymore. Ogoni cannot live in isolation. Every clan, where we come from, Arochukwu is a clan of people. Do you understand me? We have clans all over the place. The Oru people, these people that came from Igodomigodo to settle in the present day Ihiala, they are a clan of their own. Ibuku is a clan of their own. Nobody is saying that they are separate. No man can be an island. You didn't fall from heaven. You must have come from somewhere. I was the people going about looking for my relatives. This work we are doing now, or that culminated in what we are having today, I started this work as far back as 1997 to unite our people. 97, 98, to unite our people. Because I know who my relatives are. If you're my relative, why wouldn't you be comfortable being with me? That is the same thing that used to happen. You see this thing that you're saying about people having this fear about Igbo domination. Do you know that where we come from? I'm from so-called Abia State. Let me use it for the purpose of this very meeting. Do you know that in Abia State, in those days, they used to say Anambra people are the problem, they will dominate us. If we get Biafra tomorrow, Anambra will dominate. You go to Enugu, that was the same argument that CCONO was making. If we are free, then Anambra will dominate. That he was saying why white people will suffer. It's something that we're having with the Ogoni people. I don't like it. We are one people. But that doesn't mean we are going to run down anybody's culture or way of life. If you go to Abreba, Abreba and the Jagam people are the same thing. One people. A white man came, he used Willings Commission, they used their boundary commission to cut us into pieces. When I was at Government College, my alma mater, we went to the same school. We are one people. But sometimes we allow minor things to get into our way of reasoning. We allow meaningless inferiority complex to overtake us. I am from, so to say, Abia State today. But I don't think there is any Anambra man or woman who doesn't believe in my leadership. But many years ago, people would say, oh, if you're not from Anambra, nobody will follow you. Only them wants to do. That is all rubbish. I don't believe in it. Obibo is nothing. If relocating the whole people in Obibo to another land to make our people become part of Biafra, then so be it. All the things are meaningless. We all want to be free, to grow our economy, to live in a land we're all going to be very proud of. I said it during my brief broadcast a while ago. Anytime that somebody tells you an Igbo man wants to suppress you, that person is your enemy. We believe in autonomous community. I'm not saying they are not horrible. Of course, there are horrible people. People have come out to say before, only Anambra can rule. Is this stopping us from doing what we are doing? People are bound to have their own opinion. And the fate of Ogoni people within Biafra is very simple. If Ogoni wants to exist as a separate entity on their own, they're more than welcome to do so. If they want to look for their people, their flesh and blood, then they're more than welcome to do so. But everybody is going to be free in Biafra. We are going to take freedom to the grassroots. Languages will preserve everything. Nobody. I have said before, we are going to have independent nations within Biafra. Because I want to speak Igbo language. I don't want anybody to, I don't want to force anyone to speak Igbo. I mean, I love Ibibio language. I don't want anybody I don't want Ibibio language to go into extinction. I don't want Ogoni language to go into extinction. I want all these languages to be respected. I want their culture to be respected. We are going to build something unique. that will astonish the white man. The white man came to try to make us, mold an identity for us. And that is very, very wrong. I do not disparage Jogonina, and I actually went to see Mite. I think that's one of them, the one that survived. I went to his office to see him in the year 1998. His office used to be around Niger Street. Me, myself, I went there to see him face to face personally, to preach to him what I'm preaching to you today. Mite, his name is Mite, the lawyer. He knows me. I went to see him, and we're communicating for very many years until we lost communication. The only guarantee you need in Biafra is the Constitution of Biafra. And in that very Constitution, the right of every individual and clan, should they wish to go the separate ways, is enshrined. In our new Constitution of Biafra, anybody who wants to leave Biafra and be on their own is more than welcome to do so. Every nationality within Biafra will have their own national anthem and their own flag. Their own identity will be respected. Our police are not going to carry any guns. The army cannot invade anywhere on somebody's authority. So we're not going to run a totalitarian state. So nobody has anything to be afraid of. I respect Cancer. I respect what he fought for in the end. All I tried to point out and to fault was the beginning. If we were together as one family, do you think we would have killed him? Of course not. That is why division is not good, especially within a family. The reason why I don't want Nigeria to stand is because we are not one people. You must understand this. We are not the same people. I want everybody to be on their own. And as for what I want to, when I talk about cancer, I want to lecture our people that the only person who can defend you is your brother. And this is what I wanted to preach on that very day. You came to my house, arrangements were made for me to go to Goniland, but it wasn't possible because I was attacked on my way to Goniland. If not, I will come before the elders to preach something that I'm preaching to you now. We have to be one. When we go and get freedom, then we can go our separate ways if we want. But to tell me that an Igbo man will travel from Igbo land and go to Goniland to tell them what to do when Biafra comes is rubbish. Bunkum. Cannot happen. I won't allow it. An Igbo man cannot go to Iyke. If Iyke wants to be on their own, they be on their own. Nobody can force anybody to do anything. All these things will be in our constitution. And everybody will get the right to vote according to clan. Every clan will vote to join. If Ogoni votes and says they don't want to join Biafra, I wish them all the best with Fulani Janjaweed. But if they come with Biafra, I know the type of future that awaits them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
We are going to take another question from our comrade Marlin. Please, Comrade Marlin, you can ask your question. Thank you very much.
Good evening, my director, able leader. May the Lord guide you to the end of the struggle. And may He strengthen all the people involved to the end of the struggle in achieving the Biafran Confederate Republic. I am Comrade Marlin Tubob by Nimorio, shortly called Tubob Nimorio, a Nembe man from Nembe local government, Bayelsa State. That is Biafra territory, from where the name Biafra was introduced by the king of Nembe, who discussed it with Ojukwu before he gathered the Zon elders, and they asked Francis Franco Pigo to officially drop the name Biafra in the Eastern Traditional Consultative Assembly meeting. So I am rightly from the source soil. Mingiten of Nembe was the king that first discussed the name Biafra with Ojukwu, even though it was given to the territory from Ghana to Senegal and other areas by the Portuguese. Now, having said so, I also visited our director on the 8th of August 2017 before he was attacked on the 14th of September. I want to thank you for all that you have done. Now, my question. I observed that something is going wrong in Bayelsa State, not with the coordinator, but the volunteer side of Bayelsa. The coordinator the commander of the volunteer in Bayelsa State is said to be Baratwai Pre Onfrey Charles from Nembe and Tuon in Brass local government.
Sorry, please. I think we lost him. The moderators to go ahead and bring in another person so that we can have fresh people, because we still have a lot of people backstage who are waiting. We have some of our kings who asked to be brought in due to technical issues. They said they would like to come in through normal call. So because some of our elders are not digital, so I think that would be a best option.
Okay, Asao, could you possibly bring in one of the traditional rulers so they could ask their question?
I think Comrade Merlin is back. Please, Comrade Merlin.
So they actually don't hear me. It's like they didn't hear me well.
We can hear you. We can hear you, Asao. Please, you can continue with your question. You have 2 minutes.
Like, we are not hearing.
Can you hear me now?
We are not hearing.
Asao Marlin, can you hear me now? Okay, Asao Eagle, can we have somebody else? You could maybe he could go out and come back in, because I think his network is quite poor.
Can you hear?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you clearly, sir. Go ahead.
Elder Abba, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead. We hear
you. Abba speaking.
Okay. Can I go on?
Uncle.
Can Elder Abba go on?
I have His Highness here. I have His Royal Highness here. Please, sir, introduce yourself and go ahead with your questions. But you have 3 minutes, sir.
Our leader, Biafra, and what is the guarantee of the safety of the Southerners? That is my question. My contribution, where the Southerners in those South need security, adequate security.
You know anything about
Police need security to work effectively, like patrol van and arms and ammunition to secure the land of Biafra. Thank you.
Hope my leader, you can hear the question very well.
I can hear the question. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, he can hear you.
Oh, very good. Because the video is frozen. His Royal Highness, I'm humbled, sir, because of your position, your eminence. You abandoned all of that to come to speak to us. And I'm very grateful to you, sir. I'm very grateful to you. I'm humbled. to be talking to you. We are going to secure everywhere in Biafra land once we get enough people from that locality. You know that because of what the enemies planted within us for many, many years ago, if we move in ESN made up of predominantly Igbo officers with arms and ammunition into a particular area, they will say we have come to take them over. Punch newspaper will write the next day, or Nation, that we have come to take over a place. There are Igbos running around here. So that is why we need local people. Once they are up to 50, only 50 local people, that will then enable us to come in to be able to provide every logistics, because all we are trying to provide is backup, but the bulk of the work is going to be done by the local people. So once we have local people, we'll move men and material into that very area to secure it, and we'll drive the Fulanis away. It's what we've been doing, and we'll continue to do it. We don't want to leave any part of Biafra, but we need local people. I'm very glad that you, as a traditional ruler, is making this request or saying this, because we don't want to leave any part of Biafra land for these people to control. As I said before, which I'll keep repeating until the distinction, is that what we are fighting for is freedom for everybody, not for one person to lord it over another person. And our constitution, the constitution of Biafra, which will be the best in the whole world, will make it very clear. The rights and the freedoms to be enjoyed by every citizen and every nationality must be protected. I said must be protected. So we intend to start implementing that now. Give us local people, and we'll move men and materials into the area. Thank you very much, sir.
Imete, my lord, before we take you off the screen, I wanted to drop one more question. This is from the people of the grassroots. They have dropped in their questions, the ones that couldn't make it to this meeting. One of such questions is thrown to you, sir, that what kind of government will Biafra adopt? What kind of government will we run in the sovereign nation of Biafra? Thank you very much, Soye.
Umbrella.
Mrs. Uchena, please, is my leader having any issues?
Yes, I'm trying to contact him. Give me 1 second. Let me see.
Okay, it's back again, please. Repeat the questions and
repeat the question, yes.
So the question goes like this. What kind of government will Biafra adopt? What system of government will the Biafran nation adopt?
It is going to be called the Biafran system, and it's very unique. Because we come from where our father comes from, we are going to design a nation that respects the boundaries and traditions of old. In a modern, the modern equivalent will be a mixture. Please, people should write this down. It's a mixture of what you have today in the United Arab Emirates and also in Switzerland. Mix the two together. You can now begin to have an idea of what we mean. Now, if you go to the UAE, you hear about the United Arab Emirates, but Dubai is there. Do you understand? Dubai is there. Which other one again is a place? Somebody should help me. Which other country again is part of UAE?
Wider umbrella.
Qatar.
Is Qatar? Yeah, thank you very much, Qatar. And there's also another one, the one that has Etihad Airlines. What's the name? Doha. Doha. Thank you. There is Doha. There is Qatar. There is Dubai, and all the rest of them. They came together to answer United Arab Emirates. Qatar cannot stop Dubai from doing what they're doing. Dubai cannot stop Doha from doing what they're doing. In fact, they have so much competition that the three best airlines in the world are from the UAE, namely Emirates, Etihad, and Qatar. That is the type of nation that I want, where people are free on their own
with their unique identity, but together we have one common purpose: to defend those ideals and traditions. So, if you want to know what Biafra is going to be like, look at UAE and look at Switzerland. But the only difference is that no army, no, you will not. Some people will live and die. They won't see the Biafran army, a soldier from the Biafran army. Police will not carry any guns. So the Prime Minister of Biafra cannot send somebody and say, oh go to Ogoni village and conquer them. You cannot even send the army to do anything without the. In fact, you can't even try. So we are going to have something very unique, a unique blend of what you have in UAE and what you have in Switzerland. And freedom. Freedom is the watchword, freedom.
Thank you very, very much, my lord, for that answer. I believe my comrade Idudu Oviemuna also has a question for you from the grassroots. So we're going to quickly take that before we take the next question from a participant here. Over to you, Idudu Oviemuna.
Yeah, thank you very much. My leader, I have a question for you, although the question is not coming from me, it's from the grassroots people who happen not to be present, but they want their question to be answered. The question is this. Of course, you have answered in so many of your programs before, but at least I want you to repeat it again. The question goes this way. Will you be president of Biafra? If you are not the president of Biafra, how will you be sure the Biafra government will not drift away from your vision of Biafra? Thank you very, very much, my leader.
Thank God. I will not be, because the same God, Almighty in heaven, has been leading us so far. There are people like you. Some of you are very bright and brilliant. I don't care if you're 18 years of age, if you're 19. Some of you have talents that you don't even know that you have. I don't care how young you are. You know, the only thing I have is a ceiling on age. I'm not against very elderly people, because we all be old one day. But all of you have unique talent, and all of you are more than capable. If you can fight the zoo, if you can stop if with the limited resources you have, you can fight the zoo to a standstill, I see no reason why any of you here gathered today cannot be the president or prime minister of Biafra. My job is to restore Biafra. Then how it is run is up to you people to make it happen. I won't be. They will put in the guideline and the constitution and everything will be in place, not to allow you to misbehave. Then you'll get all the support that you need. Thank you.
Yeah, we go to take another question from one of the comrades in the screen. So, Onajite, please, probably you have to make the screen a little bit neutral so we can pick up the name as a handler to comrade Samuel Tony. Thank you very much.
Yes, we could take our comrade A.B. Jacob, Mr. A.B. Jacob. Mr. A.B. Jacob, can you ask your question?
Yes, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Go ahead.
Yes. Good evening. My name is Mr. A.B. Jacob. I am an IPOB family member based in London, the United Kingdom. I am a Biafran Ijaw. I'd like to welcome you, our leader, Mazi Namdekano. And here is a great opportunity to discuss with you, have you on this forum for the first time. You're welcome, sir. Here is what I have to say. As you've rightly acknowledged from the onset, in most of your speeches, you allude to the fact that Biafra land encompasses a far wider family unit, more than people had hitherto understood as a limited perception of Biafra being for the Igbos alone. In fact, you've on various occasions acknowledged our common cultural historical and ancestral ties. Now that, and besides, you've done so much to sensitize the people in that light and to bring us to the fore of this reality facing us today, that we are not only one family, but also we are people united in a common struggle. Now, given the existential threat we face today, in the light of the onslaught by Fulani headsmen, it is right to say that this threat not only affects the Igbos, but also affects what you have rightly described as the wider Biafran family. So in a nutshell, we have the Ijors, we have those from other parts of Isoko land, Orobo land, and so on and so forth, who are also not only oath-taking members, but equally people who are contributing their dues to the Biafran cause. My question is this, and it is more or less a revisit to what has been asked previously, but it's just that it is in a slightly different context. Isn't it high time, our leader, that you extend by implication and taking into account the fact that this security threat has spread to the coastal regions? Isn't it time that you also extend the services of ESN to these coastal parts of Biafra land? There's no gainsaying, if I put that in context, there is no gainsaying people pay money, their monthly dues. Yet, the issue of extending security to them is suspended simply on grounds that they don't have enough men in ESN. How would you address this question?
Thank you very much, Ebi. And after this conversation, I want the details. We'll continue this conversation later. We are going to send ESN to every part of Biafra land. But even if you're sending a force into an area, we need to be received. We need people on the ground to receive ESN in their domain. We don't want to be fighting the Fulani Janjaweed and also fighting ourselves as well, because the traditional ruler will say, oh, who invited them, who asked them to come? So the fact of the matter remains, I know that there are Biafrans all over the world paying their dues. Every part of Biafra land is in IPOB. I know that for sure. And nothing will give me greater happiness than to have ESN operating. We have our volunteer command in Biafra State, for instance. Biafra command can extend men and material to where help is needed. To be honest with you, why that is not happening is what I'm going to investigate after this very conversation this evening. But what you need to bear in mind is that the reason why I said we must continue this conversation after this, if you tell me where there are, basically the assignment I'm giving all of us here gathered is this: get all the names of us in all the areas that the Fulanis are in that needs to be flushed out. At least I can talk to them and say to them, we are coming, so that we don't take them by surprise. I don't know if that answers the question. We want to be everywhere. We have command everywhere. We have men under arms everywhere. So it's just to deploy them to the area to start working, and I will make sure that from tomorrow we begin to do that. All I need are the names of the paramount rulers so I can get their permission to say we are coming in, and we are coming in to grab these people away, and nothing more, nothing less. It is not about Biafra at this stage, because before Biafra will come, there'll be a referendum. Everybody will be asked. If you're Isoko, we ask you, do you want Isoko to be part of Biafra? Do you want Ogoni to be part of Biafra? Do you want Izon to be part of Biafra? Do you want Efik to be part of Biafra? Ibibo to be part of... We must ask all these questions. So if Joe doesn't want to be part of Biafra, all well and good, but for now, we must drive away the Fulani Janjaweed. I agree with you. There are Biafrans from cities in IOQ family all over the world, and we are going to prevail. Get me the names of the paramount leaders and movement in Anambra.
Just 1 point, sir. Can I say something?
Of course you may, yes.
Yes. I must give you not only my unalloyed support. In fact, I belong to the IPOB Lewisham family in London.
Lewisham, okay.
Lewisham family, yes. Okenwachugo Biayon is my coordinator. He's a very lovely man. They receive me very well. I am their secretary, and they are treating me very well. I'm very happy with IPOB. What I just mentioned is not your fault at all. It is not easy when you are at the helm of affairs, and some people are not doing what they are supposed to do. You've done your best, and I'm very proud of you. Unfortunately so, some people are using their, their status using their status wrongly. In other words, they don't bring information to you. It's not your fault. I'll give a very good example. During the COVID crisis, you were very, very instrumental in extending your services to every part of Biafra land. Everybody knows this. So if it comes to ESN, we all know you will not mince words. You will not refrain from helping us with the required support. I will do as you said. I will go and make a gathering of as much information as I can. See areas where in parts of the coastal region where there are problems with the Fulanis and where we need ESN support.
Thank you.
Yeah, I will do
Thank
my
you
best.
very much.
Yes.
Please,
Yes.
Uchenna, can you get Eddie's details, please? Details and all the rest of it.
Yes.
Will still continue. But before then, I have a caller here, and I have one of the representative here. Please, what is your name? Tell the world your name, and quickly ask your question. 2 minutes, please.
Thank you very much. It is my pleasure. My name is Ajuruchi Ogonda Iruno. I am from a town called Rumokrosi. Rumokrosi is in Obiabo local government area of Igocha State. I am from Igocha State. I am not from River State because Igocha is the name. My honor, that's what I used to call you, and I was going to call you because I have gone far. Last question. The first question is this. The great people are Ihoraha, the name is Ihoraha. What the I now know who I am and where I come from. The question is, they are particular people. They are not available property. There are evil brothers who talk so much that because of the target of property. Please, my able leader, without looking, I put you to elaborate and state the nation. That is one. Two, they are telling me or saying that the Igbos will chase them out from their land if eventually Biafra emerges. They also want to know what's that with this question because I know this program will not, and I have a lot to unleash. Thank you, my able director.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. The line was very faint for me here. Can somebody please kindly tell me what Chinda was saying? Summarize it for me so I can hear it, please. The moderator, one of the moderators, can you summarize for me?
Okay, thank you very much, sir. What he was saying is that the Ikwere people are afraid that if Biafra should come, that the Igbo, of course we all are Igbo, that the Igbo we chase them out of the land due to what happened during the war. That the people, the main owner of the land was chased out, whereby the Ikwere people took over all the properties. So the question of my brother here is the fear of the Ikwere people, and according to him, the question that came from the palace, that the fear of the Kwere people was that they will be chased out of their land for their Igbo brothers to take over.
The same fear that the brothers of Joseph had when there was famine in Israel and they went to Egypt, where Joseph became a governor and was doing very well. Did that work out that way? Of course not. We are one blood, one family. There is, people have all these appendages. Ogoni, it's on all these names. People, I can trace their ancestry. I know where you come from. I know the family where you come from. It's not somebody telling me he's from Asaba and he's a Niger Delta from Asaba, which is used to be Ahaba. That is the name. We forgive ourselves every blessed day. Everybody made mistakes during that very war. Even before the war, mistakes were made from all sides. We are all responsible for what happened. Are we going to dwell on it forever and ever? Of course not. From the Constitution of Biafra, it will be spelled out very, very clearly. It was my intention before and still remains that if Iguacha should be, of course, now Igoromiko is making a very big argument for it, should be the capital of Biafra. We will be so busy building and rebuilding. What are the houses we have in Iguacha? Have you not seen how Hong Kong is built? Go and get a picture of Singapore and see it. That is the type of, are you telling me that we are fighting and dying every day? So to have another useless African country in Biafra, God forbid. We are going to build beautiful houses. There will be no time. We are going to be so busy working, there will be no time for even anybody to think about revenge. What's to be revenge? We have made mistakes during the war. Are we dead? They killed us 5 million, yet we went to the north. Some people still marry Fulani people. But they are the ones that killed 5 million of us. What did some people from Iyke land take? It's only house? How about those that took life? Please, we are one people. And in a new Biafra, from our constitution, you will know there will be no room or space for any of this nonsense. Because, as I told you, go and look at the United Arab Emirates model. You cannot go from Dubai to go to Doha and tell them what to do unless you have somebody from Doha inviting you. Before you go to Ogoniland to invest, in fact, you must have a representative who is Ogoni that owns part of that business as they're doing today in Dubai. That's what they do. We know what we are doing. There will be no room or space for that. Heaven forbid. Because we are all one people. Ikwere is Igbo. I can tell you where you come from if you're lost. I know where Ogoni comes from. Ken Sarawi is Wiwa. That is the, forget about all these useless discussions.
Let me tell him now.
We are one people. Thank you very much.
All right, because of time, I am going to stop it here. But you know something? This is very interesting, getting more interesting. It's quite long, it's too long. I have to make room for Radio Biafra USA 1, especially today that the women are coming in. I don't want to interrupt. So what I'm going to do is I have stopped that tape there, and tomorrow I am going to keep from there. I want to play to the end because somebody actually who was pushing me to do this is somebody from the coastal area. He's so interested in this and he's wondering why I have not been able to air to the end, because he's quite impressed. He just joined IPOB out of excitement. He wasn't one of us before. But no, when I say one of us, I'm not talking about Biafra, I'm talking about joining the IPOB. So now he's there, and this I'm doing him an honor. In fact, it's a family. I'm doing them an honor to make sure that I follow this to the end, because that's the promise that I made. So tomorrow I'll be back here, wherever I stopped today. Our leader just spoke and marked the tape. I know where it has stopped. Tomorrow I'm going to carry on from there. I'm going to get it tomorrow we'll be able to get it to the end. Tomorrow is Sunday. All right, this is Radio Biafra USA 2. My name is Mazi Ike. Don't forget to please make your donation to our ESN. It's very, very important that we support them, because they are the main defenders of our territory. All right, so let's stay tuned and listen to the women. They are coming in. Today is their day, and I hate it when I overstay. From me to you, let me remind you that Biafra is our religion. And Radio Biafra is where we worship. Tomorrow is another day. We'll be again together, God's willing. From now, it's goodbye.